Welcome to American Quarter Horse Racing Championship Night. This evening, we crown the best of the 2011 racing world. Over the past year, they've all been winners. This is where a select few become champions. Live from Heritage Place in Oklahoma City, here's Tom Dawson.
Good evening. Welcome to those gathered here at Heritage Place Sales Pavilion in Oklahoma City, and also to those watching on the webcast all over the place here to see the champions of quarter horse racing of 2011. And this is our annual gathering, of course, to reveal not only the champions, but celebrate all the accomplishments of quarter horse racing from the year just past. And thanks very much to the AQHA for allowing me once again to host this event. I'm beginning to feel a little like Regis Philbin for longevity, except he has Kelly Ripa for his sidekick. Please welcome my sidekick, Remington Park's excellent announcer, Dale Day. I'd rather have Kelly, but you're a lot better race caller.
I'd like to have Kelly with me too, Tom.
Oh, sorry. Okay, fine. A reminder that what we will do this evening, we will announce the categories in order, all the nominees in each category, announce the winner. When your name is called, and only if you are the winner, please make your way to this side of the stage. While a race is playing, there'll be a presentation, and then Dale will ask you a few questions. And then, of course, after the show, we'll have the resumption of the reception in the back. I believe the bar reopens at 7:32. That means I will be done no later than 7:29 because I want to be in line. There are some new procedures for voting that I'll tell you about right quick for 2011. There's 16 members of the selection subcommittee, half selected by the racing committee and half appointed by the racing council. Now, no more than 2 members can reside in the same state or eat the same thing for breakfast. Members gathered at a meeting in January 6th and 7th to consider each candidate, to talk about the races, to review them, and to make their votes. As before, runoff elections were held in case no nominee received a simple majority. Now, the votes will again be made public after these announcements, so you can express your gratitude or whatever else you want to express to those who voted. All information used tonight and in this webcast was taken from official AQHA records at the time that voting was conducted. So now we have all that out of the way. We have the results of 17 equine, 4 human categories, plus 3 special awards. And to help us with the presentations to start with this evening, let's bring up Executive Committee member Johnny Trotter to make the first set of presentations. Where's Johnny? Ah, here he comes. When you're on the executive committee, you can take your time. That's one of the rules. Okay, Johnny, take your spot right over here on this side, please. Now, our first award represents a new step for AQHA in recognizing a champion from South America. And the first ever recipient of this award is Fantastic for Me. Not me personally, that's just the name of the horse. Now, he earned his title by winning the Bank of America South American Challenge. And here he is in that race, which was run at the Jockey Club de Sorocaba in Brazil. He's the gray horse on the inside.
Partida para esse grande prêmio. Foi dada a partida para esse páreo sensacional. Pela baliza nós temos, atrasou-se Kremendarg. Os demais da briga pela primeira colocação. Vamos ver, muita briga pela primeira colocação entre os demais. Lá pela baliza 2 nós temos Fantastic for Me. Pela 3 nós temos Gold Medal, Fantastic for Me. Pela 4 nós temos Grand Prix. Fantastic for Me foi o vitorioso.
I totally agree with all of that. Our winner is a 5-year-old stallion by Corona for Me out of Just Jumpin', bred in Brazil by Gianni Samaja, owned by Sergio Romero, Lucena Nunez, trained by FP Mello. He won 2 of his 3 starts and $34,000 in Brazil last year. And accepting the award on behalf of the owner is Marcos Zaborowski, the Executive Vice President of the Brazilian Quarter Horse Association, to accept for the first ever award to the South American champion. Marcos, come on up and take your spot right here. Now, this year's winner was selected as the winner of the Bank of America Challenge Championship race. In future years, this award will be voted on the same as the other awards are. Dale?
Marcus, congratulations. Your thoughts on the initial South American Champion Award?
This is very good for us, very good for Brazil. The racings over there are getting better and better. Right now, this year, we'll have the first million reais race, that is over $500,000. Next week, we'll have our 2012 challenge race in Brazil, almost $100,000 purse. And it's the challenge race for us is very good because we don't have good races for older horses, and this is very nice. I want to thank very much AQHA for letting this for us, and everything that you made for us, it's very nice. So right now.
Well, congratulations, and it sounds like South American quarter horse racing doing very well and on the upswing.
Yeah, sure.
There you go, Tom.
I think you meant, yeah, sure. Congratulations to the first South American winner. Now we move to another international category. This is one that we've had for several years. This is the 2011 Canadian champion, and all ages and genders are eligible for this one award. Here's the list. Andale Oki, a three-time winner at Ajax Downs. Coal Miner, 5 wins in Allowance Company. I'm Extra Down Home, the Ontario Sires Futurity winner. One Cool Shake, a 2-time winner and second in the Fort Erie Maturity. Defending champ One Cool Wave, winner of the All-Canadian Derby. Then comes Shakedown, the Ontario Bred and Foal Derby winner. The Diamond Side, 4 for 8 with 2 maturities. Who'll Stop the Rain, 4 allowance wins and 8 starts. Zoomin' After 6, winner of the Alex Peikoff Futurity and the Canadian Earnings Leader. And Zoomin' on Corona, raced in 3 Canadian Futurity finals. And the winner and Canadian champion for 2011 is the Diamond Side. And he was an important stakes winner as a 2-year-old in 2009. He won only 2 of his first 6 starts last year, but he ended with a flourish, 2 maturities, including this one, the Ontario Bred Maturity at Ajax.
And they're off. Out quickest was Get Her Done. To her inside is the Diamond Side. Third on the extreme outside is Coal Miner. And between horses, Just Carolina. Overtaking the lead is the Diamond Side. Get Her Done second. Coal Miner asked to pick it up now. And Vanek is all over the Diamond Side. Coal Miner charging hard, but will it be too late? Yes! Vanek does it 3 in a row on the Diamond Side, winning the Ontario Bred Maturity.
Oh, I know this. I understand Canadian a lot better than I do Portuguese. The Diamond Side, he might be a Canadian, but his pedigree, the downside out of Fritzy Diamond, has a lot of New Mexico in it. Owned and bred by Joyce and Eric Leighton, trained by Eric Leighton, ridden in all his races by Helen Vanek. 4 wins and 8 starts, and he led all Canadian non-2-year-olds in earnings last year. The winner's with Dale.
Congratulations. How much does this mean to you? It's a family operation. Owner, breeder, trainer. I mean, keep it all the money for yourself, which is a good thing always. But congratulations. Tell us about it.
I'll let Eric talk.
No, it's great, and there's a lot of people that helped in this, going along with my daughter Miranda, our exercise rider Cheryl, and our jockey Helen Van Eck, which is in Oklahoma right now. And it's just been a great trip with him, and he's just been great since the start. And my wife, she picked that mare, and I got the breeding from Jim Markham, and it just went from there with him. So it's been a lot of fun with him. And he retired this year, and he went to our exercise rider for her first horse, and he retired sound, and he's just a great horse.
You mentioned the Oklahoma connection with your jockey. Any chance that she's talked up possibly somewhere down the road if you have another nice runner to bring the horse to the States.
Oh yeah. He did start in the States. He ran second at Remington Park when he started, and we do have horses with her all the time down here. And if we got a good runner, we'll definitely run down here.
Congratulations on winning the overall Canadian award, Tom.
Nothing like retiring as a champion.
Very nice.
And as with the Canadians, all ages and sexes are eligible for the Mexican Champion Award, and here are those on the ballot. Leading off, Corona Devil, 2-year-old, placed in 2 Mexican futurities. Corona Lady, the 2010 champ, won and placed in derbies last year. El Fugitivo winner, 2-time futurity qualifier. Holland Shure, the futurity Criadores Mexicanos winner. Native Posies, 3 for 5 and 2 derby wins. One Cool, 4 wins, 2 seconds, or second in the futurity Sebasta Selecta. SF Gotta Assault You, 4 wins, including the futurity Mexico. SF Mexican Heart, 3 for 5, including Derby Mexico. SF Mexicana Brave, winner of the Garanones futurity and the earnings leader. And SF Simple Quick Dash, 2-time stakes winner. And what are the odds that the winner starts with SF? How about SF Mexicana Brave? This 2-time Mexican Stakes winner capped her season with a big victory in the Futurity Garanones at the Hippodromo in Mexico in July. Now you can follow her in the race as number 1B, even if the race caller has a little trouble.
Arranca el Futurity Garanones. Buena partida para SF Mexicana Brave. Por dentro avanza con el número 4 One Cool, vuela por fuera con el 7 también, de Stormer Ferrari, se sostiene adelante con el número 1B, SF Mexicana Brave en la meta.
Well, it's better to be late and right than early and wrong, I guess. SF Mexicana Brave by SF Braveheart out of SF Chicks Mexicana, bred and owned by Hector Roldan, also the trainer, regular rider Arturo Romero. Now, the Mexican champions are not represented here this evening, so our congratulations to them, and their award will be sent to them. All right, let's move on now to the distance champion. They're the specialists of quarter horse racing, the only ones who don't get a ticket for making a left turn. And as usual, everyone in this category is an aged gelding. Here they are. BRT Opulence, 2 870-yard stakes wins in New Mexico. Bullet's Brother, the distance earning leader with $179,000. DePassamoke, defending champ, and he won 870-yard stakes in 3 states. Get Her Done, 4 wins at 870, including 2 stakes. KC Royal Flush was a distance stakes winner at Albuquerque and Sunland. And In Your Eyes, 6-time distance winner, including the Red Cell Challenge Championship. And the vote went to, for the 2nd straight year, DePassamoke. He was a 4-time distance stakes winner. He spread those victories over 3 states, under 3 different trainers, 3 riders. Here he is in action against 2 of the others on the ballot in the King Rick Rack at Zia Park in November.
It's a furlong and a half to go as they turn for home. DePassamoke, the leader from Get Her Done, second, pulled to the inside. Bullet's Brother is starting to unroll in the center of the track. Classic Straw Fly with He's Our Rock inside the final wave for a mile. DePassamoke, the leader. Get Her Done trying to close it down, but DePassamoke has the answers, and DePassamoke and Alejandro Medellin go on to take the King Rick Rack Stakes.
By Okie Dokie Dale out of Impassable Gal, bred by Dr. Eddie Moore, owned by Steve Holt, trained in Oklahoma by Rodney Reed, in Iowa by Lloyd Moreland, in New Mexico by Fred Danley, ridden to stakes victories by Stormy Smith, G.R. Carter, and Alejandro Medellin. He was all over the place, Dale.
A lot of talent to travel, so you'd have to have a special horse regardless of length of race. But talk about it at 870 yards to have a horse that can travel, because not every 870 configuration at every racetrack is the same. Some are longer, some are shorter, different nuances each time.
Well, you know, this colt, or gelding, actually, he kind of likes a fast surface. and we kind of look for that when we move him around. And you get him on an off track, and he struggles a little, but he's just, he's gutty. He's going to give you 100%, and you can pull him in one day and run him the next. So he's just, he's a pleasure to have. We're lucky to have him. And, without Rodney Reed and like GR's been a big, Stormy Smith rode him. We moved him around, and, we're just pleased to have him.
2 years in a row with the Distance Champions Award. What's that mean?
Oh, I thought it wouldn't mean that much, but it does. It's hard to get one to win a race, much less win a championship. So.
Well, and also when you claim one, you hope for some sort of return. The return's been very good for DePassamoke.
Yeah, he kind of pays the bills at the ranch. It's nice to have one of those.
DePassamoke consistent over 2 years now, Tom, and maybe for a third year?
Yeah, we X-rayed him after the King Rick Rack, and that horse is sound. We cleaned him up after after last year. He doesn't have a chip. We're going to start him at Remington. We might run him in the SLM Big Daddy, but we may wait for the Paws Valley. But we'll start him at Remington in March.
All right, Tom. He may start at $550, but we'll definitely see him at $870.
Claimed for $7,500 in the spring of 2010, won now $250,000 and 2 championships. Congratulations to DePassamoke.
Oh, yeah, we were lucky.
All right, moving on now to our age and gender categories. And we start with the 2-year-olds. First one is the 2-year-old colts this evening, and 9 were worthy of inclusion into the ballot. Feature Mr. Bojangles, a 3-time stakes winner, including the Grade 1 Rainbow. High Rate of Return, the Grade 1 Heritage Place winner. I Got Your Tack, winner of the Grade 1 Golden State Million and the earnings leader. Jess Cuervo, 2-time Grade 1 finalist. Jess Lips, runner-up in the Golden State Million. Then Mighty Be Valiant, Remington Park Futurity, and 2nd in the Heritage. Osbaldo, 2 New Mexico bred futurities. Sizzlin' Cartel, winner of the Firecracker. Ticos, 3rd in the All-American. And Triple Vodka, my favorite name for a horse right now, 3 for 3, including the TQHA Sale Futurity. And the 2-year-old champion colt for 2011 is Feature Mr. Bojangles. Now, he served notice right away with a 2nd in a futurity trial in his career debut. He then started his stakes run with the Four Corners futurity at Sunray. He ended with the Hobbs America, and in between was the Grade 1 Rainbow.
They're running. Breaking a little slow is Texas Rockstar. He's behind the 8 ball. Fast break for the Long Knife and Beauvais. And inside Feature Mr. Bojangles. Then down at the rail is Mighty Be Valiant and Big Daddy Cartel's trying to come on far side. Jess Cuervo is wide open with Feature Mr. Bojangles. Feature Mr. Bojangles in front. Feature Mr. Bojangles wins the Rainbow Futurity from the Long Knife. Far side was Jess Cuervo at the rail. Mighty Be Valiant and then Big Daddy Cartel also in that photo.
Originally a $16,000 Ruidoso sale yearling by Feature Mr. Jess out of Catch This Dash, bred by Joyce Erickson, bought by the SM Cattle Export Company and Jaime Dominguez. Interest sold after the Rainbow to R.D. Hubbard and Jim Helzer, trained by Roberto Sanchez, and ridden by Jackie Martin and G.R. Carter. 6 wins and 7 starts for Feature Mr. Bojangles.
Get a little before and after ownership look on Feature Mr. Bojangles. Jaime, you own the horse by yourself at the start of the year, and you had some pretty good success. So talk about the early part of the year and then the opportunity to sell after the Rainbow.
Yeah, it was actually me and Roberto and Alex owned it, So, it was we owned it since we bought it at the sale. And, we were just pretty lucky to have the horse, and, real lucky to be trained under Roberto and Alex. They're been doing pretty good. And when you get a good horse like that, you got to have good trainers also. And I'd like to thank them. And after he won the Rainbow Futurity, we were, pretty happy to have Mr. Hubbard, Mr. Jim Helzer, join, be partners with the horse. And, that meant a lot to us. And we wanted the best for the horse. And I think that's what the horse needs,
Well, we had a nice, strong campaign overall throughout the year. Tom, talk about 3-year-old prospects for this one.
Well, we did a little cleanup surgery. It turned out really good. It was just minor stuff, and now we're going to get him ready for the big derbies in Ruidoso and just talked to Roberto the other day. Said the horse is doing great. Couldn't be in better hands, and we're looking forward to a big summer, hopefully.
Those derbies in New Mexico getting larger by the year.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Congratulations, Tom.
Okay, Tom Goncharoff, the manager of Crystal Springs Farm for D. Hubbard, and Roberto Sanchez here. Great job, Roberto, with feature Mr. Bojangles. All right, moving on to the 2-year-old fillies, and we had 10 of them on the ballot last year. Here they are. Call Me a Blazing Chick won 2 New Mexico bred futurities and $359,000. Folly Del Rey, runner-up in the Remington Park. I'm a Chickie 2, 3-time graded finalist, winner of the PQHRA futurity. Just Send Me, runner-up in the All-American. Just a Little Courage, 4 for 6, including the Louisiana-bred Lassie. Last to Check Him, California Stakes winner, 3rd in the $2 million. A Lot of Love for Robin, the All-American futurity 4th place finisher. Send Me a Candy Tree, 5 for 7, including the Grade 1 Southwest Juvenile. Separate Fire, the Kindergarten and Ed Burke, $671,000 earned. And Samokin, the Black Gold champion and 4th in earnings among fillies. No surprise here, the champion 2-year-old filly is Separate Fire. She was the dominant force during the first half of the year. After winning the Grade 1 Kindergarten, she survived a trouble-filled trial to make the Ed Burke Million Finals. And here she is, going for her 2nd big score.
And away they go on the Ed Burke Million futurity, and the one who came flying out of the gate is Separate Fire. Lugging in is high on the list. Down along the inside is Spire Moon Lady. Terrific synergy, didn't break. And now coming up on the far outside is Kindly Fellow, but it's Separate Fire who won the Kindergarten futurity. She's going to take the Ed Burke Million in style here. Very, very impressive. Finishing second will be Kindly Fellow.
Out of Spectacular, bred by Dr. Steve Burns, owned by Tremor Enterprises of Jose Trevino, trained by Paul Jones, ridden in all starts by Ramon Sanchez, 5 for 8, $631,000, the only 2-year-old of 2011 to win 2 Grade 1 races.
All right, Paul, let me step in here next to you. Big start of the year, end of the year not as strong as the start, but you won some big, huge races early on.
It's hard to be tough all year long, but we were able to strike early and win 2 nice fraternities, and she qualified to the ones at the end of the year, so that was pretty impressive for that filly.
Now, 2012, continue on, hope for another big start. What are the plans?
I really don't know yet. They're talking about pulling an embryo out of her, and we'll kind of take it from there.
Okay. All right, so champion 2-year-old filly, Separate Fire, 2 Grade 1 wins, the only Grade 1 2-year-old winner twice last year. Congrats, everyone.
Thank you very much.
And she totally dominated the 2-year-old filly category in earnings and was a finalist in the Golden State Million. So congratulations to the connections of the speedy Separate Fire. And now the 2-year-old gelding nominees, the largest 2-year-old gender category. There were 12 on the ballot, including the winners of some of the year's richest races. We start with Algorithmic, 2nd in the Texas Classic. Coors Select, who won her place in 4 Louisiana Stakes. Fixin' to Fly, winner of the Governor's Cup, 2nd in the Kindergarten. I Like the Odds, the Los Al 2 million winner, and we should say condolences to his connections for the sudden loss of I Like the Odds here recently. Just Tee Off, 4 for 5 last year, winner of the Sam Houston. Last to Fire earned $513,000. Little Bit Trashy, winner of the Lee Berwick Memorial. Ochoa, winner of the All-American and the 2-year-old earnings leader. Silver for Me, winner of the Ruidoso Futurity. Six's Streak was 6 for 9, including the Dash for Cash. Sure Shot B won the Texas Classic. And Valiant War Hero was 3 for 3, including the West Texas Futurity. And the winner is Ochoa. After finishing 3rd in the Ruidoso Futurity, his campaign was geared toward only one thing, winning the All-American. He skipped the rainbow, set the fastest All-American qualifying time, and here he is on Labor Day.
They're running in the All-American futurity, and they all got away beautifully Ochoa, a lot of love for Robin from the far side. T-Cause. Then we have Jess Cuervo, Big Daddy Cartel drifting in along the inside, causing bunching, and Bill's last had to take up. Ochoa's in front. Ochoa, then T-Cause, followed up by Just Send Me. Ochoa's going to win the All-American Futurity. Ochoa from Just Send Me.
And by virtue of that resounding score, Ochoa is also the champion 2-year-old of 2011. By Trace Sace out of Stoley's Fortune, bred by John T.L. Jones Jr., repurchased from the All-American sale for $25,000 and owned by a partnership of Johnny and Brenda Jones, Monty and Catsy Cluck, Doug and Siobhan Benson. Trained by Sleepy Gilbreth, his third All-American winner, and ridden by Jackie Martin and Roy Baldiaz. Ochoa, 3 for 4, the leading earner of 2011 with $1,244,000.
All right, Johnny, talk about this horse, the decision to keep the horse after the sales situation. You pulled the horse back and then had to form a partnership. Your thoughts? What made you want to hold on to the horse?
Well, you got to be a little lucky in this business, but I knew he was a good colt. The horse that he sired by was a little cool at the time, out of an unraced mare. And I just told Brenda, I said, you know, probably need to sell him, but we're not going to give him away. So I didn't even go out there. I said, if he doesn't bring $25,000, bring him home. So she bid the 25. I think if they'd have bid 30s, he'd have still come home.
Now, you formed a partnership. How fun or difficult was that with friends?
Well, I had a ranch up in northeast Oklahoma close to Old Mullendore Ranch, and Catsy Meekum, who was a Mullendore heir, they had asked me numerous times over the last 4 or 5 years, we want a horse, we want a horse. Well, they came back Quanah about a month after the All-American and said, just to look at horses and visit. She said, we still want to have a horse with you. I said, well, I got one right out here. So that's the only first race horse they had, and he won the All-American. So it was a lot of fun.
So they're done now?
Is what?
Are they done now, or are they going to go again?
We've got 4 in training with Mr.
Sleepy, congratulations. Your thoughts on Ochoa?
He's a big, nice gelding. I think got a lot of run left in him.
Can you compare him to some of the decent runners you've had in the past? You've had a couple.
Right now, I got to say he's about as good a horse as I've ever had.
I know a question
that's saying a lot. Yeah.
That Sleepy can definitely answer. What was it like to win the All-American for Johnny Jones?
It was great. It was great. Johnny's been my friend a long time.
Nothing like winning $1 million pot for your friends.
And I can tell you what, if you're in the horse business, you need it.
All right, enough out of you, John. Congratulations to the connections of Ochoa. Now, for our first special recognition award of the evening. Normally these awards would be given during the in the fall at the racing conference. They've been moved here to this venue tonight for better recognition. First is the Gordon Crone Award, voted by the AQHA Racing Committee, presented to recognize the achievements of an outstanding man in American quarter horse racing during the previous year. And I think you'll agree that tonight's recipients have a body of work that goes well beyond 2011. So tonight we'd like to present the Gordon Crone Special Achievement Award to Mr. Laverne Parrott. Laverne? He is the Executive Director of the Louisiana Quarter Horse Breeders Association. He's been instrumental in building the Louisiana bred program into one of the strongest state bred programs of any breed in the country. And if you have a couple of extra hours, just ask him about the virtues of a Louisiana bred quarter horse. Now, Laverne worked extensively with the state government to develop favorable gaming legislation. As a result, there's 148 racing dates in Louisiana, and the circuit encompasses all 4 of the state's racetracks. So I give you a proud son of Louisiana and the original son of Mr. Jess Perry, Mr. Laverne Perry.
Laverne, congratulations on the award. Tom alluded to the namesake. So aside from the other accomplishments in the sport, that name just keeps on going and going and going. So congratulations. Your business probably not done, though, Louisiana. I know you're very proud of your accomplishments. What else is going on as you continue to build the program?
Well, I guess the next thing we're going to see is $1 million restricted state-bred race that we're going to run this year, futurity. And there's so many people to thank. The people in the AQHA that I've been working with forever, and the Louisiana, so many people like Senator Cravens, who carried the slot bill in the Senate side, Billy Montgomery, who carried it on the House side. I mean, there's probably no other two people in our legislature could have stayed in there and fought to get the slots as those two men did. In fact, one preacher even voted for the bill one time to get it out of committee. That's the truth. And this preacher, to tell you the rest of that story, the preacher preached my daddy's funeral. Not long before that, and we got his vote. But anyway, the board of directors that we have to work with in Louisiana and the people who come in and board their mares there and keep, it's just like family. And it's great, and it's been just a pleasure for me to do what we do there. And we've been blessed to have a good program, and I hope that other people can. I had the honor of going down to, and Debbie Schaff, we went down to Dr. Fish's in Florida and kind of helped him get started, and he's a workhorse. You're going to see something really, really good there one day, I believe.
Well, congratulations on this honor, and keep fighting the good fight.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we're going to take, you get a special picture. Where do you want him? Here, Laverne, come on over here. I think they're looking for you to be over here. Where do you want him, Rich? Right there? All right. It looks like he's getting ready to put a bill before the legislature there. All right, congratulations, Laverne. Now we'd like to bring up Don Treadway, the Executive Vice President of AQHA, to help us with the next set of awards. Don, welcome. Thank you. And we'll move to the 3-year-old division now. We'll start with the 3-year-old colts. And we have 7 that were on the ballot, led by Bodacious Dash, second in the Rainbow Derby and second in the championship at Sunland Park. Capo de Capi, Heritage Place Derby, Speed Horse, and Gold and Silver Derby. Cold Granite Stone, winner of the Remington Park Derby. Dominion, second in the Ruidosa Derby. One Sweet Jess, 3-time Grade 1 qualifier and second in the Los Al Super Derby. Prospect to the Top won the West Texas and Hobbs America Derbies, and T-Gold J, the Adequan Derby Challenge. And the winner and champion 3-year-old colt is Prospect to the Top. Now, he put in a long campaign that started at Sunland Park in the spring with the West Texas Derby and continued right up to the end of the year. He was still going strong in the fall as we see him here in the Hobbs America Derby at Zia Park.
And they're off in the Hobbs America Derby. The Steel Wave interferes with Royally Sandra early on. Decadencia going up as Rare Waves heads over to the far side. On the near side, BF Sonic Boom is showing good pace, and so too is Naturally Talented nearer the fence. Inside the final 100 yards, the leader now is Prospect to the Top, and Prospect to the Top goes on to win the Grade 2 Hobbs America Derby.
By Corona's Prospect out of Cream to the Top, bred by Sue May, owned by Joel Tavares of Odessa, trained by Ralph Muniz, ridden to Derby wins by Jackie Martin and Oscar Rincon. We have no representative here for Prospect to the Top this evening, so their trophy will be forwarded to them, and congratulations to the 3-year-old colt champion. Moving on now to the 3-year-old fillies. There are a half dozen on this select group. Starting off with Bittersweet Song, winner of the Blue Ribbon Derby, or the Blue River Derby at Indiana Downs. Blue Ribbon's in a different state. La Primera Derby winner Fall For It, Just Before Dawn, 2-time Grade 1 qualifier and 3rd in the Super Derby. Love Me Like That, 5 for 7, 2 stakes at Hoosier. Miss Racy Jess, winner of the Super Derby, earned $419,000. And Snow Regard, stakes winner at Sunland Park, and Zia, $216,000 earned. And the winner and champion 3-year-old filly is Miss Racy Jess. Now, the first 9 months of the year were more frustration than anything else, as she was unable to make the finals of a Grade 1 Derby in Ruidoso. But she found her stride in California, taking the Grade 1 Los Alamitos Super Derby in gate-to-wire fashion.
And away they go on the Los Alamitos Super Derby, and Ms. Racy Jess beat the gates once again and comes out running strongly. Down along the inside comes Just Before Dawn, Flying Figs trying to get involved, and so is Through the Fire, and so is One Sweet Jess. But the one they're going to have to catch is Ms. Racy Jess. Here's One Sweet Jess coming in fast on the far outside. Ms. Racy Jess holds on and wins the Los Alamitos Super Derby.
Johnny Trotter, Dr. Blodgett, I guess, checking out the replay on the way down. You want it clear. You don't have to worry about it. By Mr. Jess Perry out of Miss Racy Vike, bred by Sunflower Supply Company. $120,000 heritage yearling purchase for Johnny Trotter, the Burnett Ranches of Ann Marion, trained by Blaine and Trey Wood, ridden by Ricky Ramirez. She showed a lot of promise at 2 as an All-American finalist, but realized her potential in the Super Derby. She won 3 out of 6 starts, $419,000. What, are you taking my spot or what? What's the deal here? Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. I'll let you. Dale, where'd you go?
I must not smell good. They moved way away from me. But anyway, congratulations, everyone. Johnny, we should just had you stay up here. Come on over here and talk about this runner a little bit.
Well, we were awful lucky to be the owner of her, and Blaine bought her here. I don't know, Blaine, come on up here. Why don't you come up here with us? Anyway, he bought her for us here, and Doc and I both liked her. Janet really liked her. And had hard luck last year, and cleaned her up, took her back out there, and kind of pointed her to this. That's what happened.
It worked out for you. Dr. Bodge, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Oh, she's a great filly. We've real fortunate to get involved with her, and she's had a great career, and we're looking forward to making a great broodmare out of her.
All right. Well, congratulations. And the broodmare status starts now, or do we see any more of her?
Starts now.
There we go. Decision's been made.
In other words, she's retired.
Yes, she is.
See, I just wanted to make him commit.
She is officially retired.
Okay. Well, she retires as a champion. Congratulations to everybody associated with Miss Racy Jess.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And the party will continue on stage with the 2011 3-year-old geldings. Now, every year there's at least one category in which there is a very unfortunate runner-up, and I would pick this one to be that category this year. Colt Cash 123 on the top of the list, 3 Grade 1 stakes, and the championship at Sunland Park, over $800,000 earned. Doc's Apollo, winner of the Grade 1 Golden State Derby. El Aguila Real, the Southern California Derby. I Am That Hero, derbies at Canterbury and Prairie Meadows. JLS Mr. Big Time, Louisiana, stakes winner and 3rd in the All-American Derby. Lano Teller, Grade 1 Ruidoso and All-American Derbies, and $1,097,000 earned. Cuatro Minutos, winner placed in 3 New Mexico bred stakes, and Tortuga Tony, 5 for 9, including the Hialeah Derby. And the winner is Colt Cash 123. Now, he had to excel just to win this category. He could have been known also as Colt Sweat 123 for the way that he won many of his races. He didn't always break well, but when it was close, he was hard to hold. And here's an example in the Texas Classic.
They're off. Lano Teller broke well. Colt Cash 1, 2, 3. Not poor, but not great. It's Lano Teller from the inside. The printing press is up second, and Colt Cash 1, 2, 3 now starts that late charge. Here he comes with the white blinkers. He's coming super fast in the middle of the track. On the inside, Lano Teller in the printing press. And way on the outside, I see Candy Paint, but Colt Cash 1, 2, 3 scores in the Texas Classic Derby.
And that's just one of the reasons that Colt Cash 123 was also voted the champion 3-year-old. By Oak Tree Special out of Hot Cash 123, bred and owned by Walt and Carolyn Bay's T-Bill Stables of Michigan, trained by Sleepy Gilbreth, ridden to victories in stakes by Joe Martinez and Roy Baldiez, winner of 6 of 8 starts, $802,000, and a great back and forth with the best horse not to win a title this year, Lano Teller. Colt Cash did go 2-1 in those head-to-head encounters, a very deserving winner of the 3-year-old championship.
Right.
Dale?
Carolyn and Walt, congratulations. Sleepy's backing out. He doesn't want to say anymore. Turn this way so everybody can see you. You were genuinely excited. That second award kind of caught you even more off guard, it looked like.
Yes. Yes. Well, I was excited. I can't help it. I mean, it's a thrill, to be here, and we're blessed. So, and we got Sleepy too.
Well, and you had some huge victories, but the anxious moments, all of you take a turn with this one. He almost always seems to want to make you just have a slight heart tremor at the start because he doesn't usually start very well.
Well, I guess I would have to say the race that I was the most thrilled with was the last one because it was 400 yards, and I was almost convinced, and I think even as much as I'd talked to Sleepy about why can't he get his tail out of the gates, that this time he proved he did. I don't know yet what Sleepy did, but he certainly did, and it was 1-1. He was first all the way, and that to me was the most impressive race he had, really.
Sleepy, talk about that. I mean, he always comes strong at the gate, but at the end, he finally showed an overall just great race in that last one on New Year's Eve.
I think he just took his horse some time to get his confidence. Way back when he's real early in his 2-year-old year, he got run plumb up on the rail at Red Dosa, and he just didn't want to break for a while. And he'd break in the mornings, wouldn't break in the afternoon when you're running. Kind of drive you crazy when you know he's very fast horse. I think he's finally got it together now.
Well, he defeated some very nice older runners in that last race as well. So plans now going into the 4-year-old year.
Well, certainly at this point we've got, I guess I would say, high hopes for this next year. And when I've got Carolyn and Sleepy, of course, running the show, I think got a real shot.
So you just sit back and take the trophies and checks?
More or less, yes.
Tom, there you go. Some very happy connections.
Every group has to have a trophy acceptor. That's very good, Walt. That's a very good job for you. Congratulations to Colt Cash 123, champion 3-year-old of 2011. Time now for another one of the special awards. This is the Millie Vessel's Special Achievement Award, given annually through a vote of the AQHA Racing Committee. The award goes to outstanding women to recognize achievements over the past year. And this year, the Millie Vessel Special Achievement Award goes to Don and Rhonda List, Double Bar S Ranch. Now, the operation was founded by their late father, Jens List, and has been run by the sisters since basically 1996. Under their guidance, Double Bar S is consistently ranked in the top tier of American quarter horse racing and breeding, and that's true whether the criteria be graded stakes winners, champions like Just You and I, who is now 8th on the all-time earnings list, or proving stallions such as the third leading freshman sire, Tack It Like a Man. So this year, or any year, a good time for recognizing the wide-ranging contributions of Don and Rhonda Ray List. Dale?
All right, Don and Rhonda and Tom, each of them said, my sister's going to speak.
I didn't say a word.
You just did.
I said it. I always talk. First of all, that picture was ridiculous. Who found that picture? It's got Matt Whitman written all over it. Were we 12? Just kidding.
Congratulations on your Double Bar S Ranch. You've had tremendous success in every aspect of racing, but you've also done a lot in giving back to not only racing, but in other aspects surrounding horse racing and some great charities as well. Talk about what that means to your operation.
We're just happy that we can do it. We're happy to do it and happy that we're able to do it. We're in a good spot.
Now, the operation had a couple of small alterations a little bit in the last year or two. What's next? What do you have planned? Anything changing that we should know about now?
Nothing's changing. We're pretty good where we're at right now, so we'll stay that way and maybe win some more races.
We have 21 two-year-olds coming to the track, so we're ready to go.
Okay, you're excited about it, and you're rolling your eyes. I did too, but now let's let her talk.
Well, we've got this really fast one.
That's the jinx.
It's okay. You can't have that, but congratulations, both of you.
Congratulations to Don and Rhonda Ray List, Double Bar S Ranch. Yeah, whenever you got 2-year-olds coming, don't talk about it. Let's move on now to the aged categories. Always my favorite, personally. 2011 Age Mares are first, featuring 2 former champions and 4 Grade 1 winners. We have Fauve, 2 for 4, including a Grade 1 Millie Vessels Memorial. Friedeville, 4-time stakes winner and second in the Mariel Distaff. Genuine Joy, 3 New Mexico bred stakes. Little Bit Southern, 5 wins and the Grade 1 Lou Wooten. She's a Bad Habit, 2 graded stakes, Grade 1 Mariel Distaff. Spit Curl Diva, the defending champ, winner of the Prairie Meadows Bank of America Challenge. And Stylish Jess BR, the 2009 Age Mare champion, winner of the Grade 1 Charger Bar last year. And the winner, and still champion, is Spit Curl Diva. As usual, her connections weren't afraid to travel, but Spit Curl Diva did her best work in 2011 in Oklahoma and Iowa. And here she takes on the boys again in the Bank of America Challenge at Prairie Meadows.
Off and running. Spit Curl Diva came out very, very well. Acorn is lagging back a bit here in between horses, coming through, beginning to move up. Jess, a runner, is moving up as well. Also right there in the mix is Jess Special Candy, but it's all Spit Curl Diva, and Spit Curl Diva going on to a very impressive victory. It's all Spit Curl Diva to win.
By Spit Curl Jess out of Some Kinda Diva, bred by the Little Deer Creek Quarter Horses, owned by the Lepic Morgan Partnership of Tom Lepic and Jill Mixer. Trained by Jody Brown and Paul Jones and ridden by David Brown. Winner of 3 of 7 starts. Now up to something like $830,000 in career earnings with 19 wins. So not only a second championship year, but a great career for Spit Curl Diva. Dale?
Tom, go ahead and talk. You had a tremendous 2010 with Spit Curl Diva. Slower start to 2011, but she was kind of busy with some other duties before you started racing.
Yeah, I think you asked last year what we'd do when the season ended, and we were very excited. Jill and I, we've talked a great deal about, what we'd do with the mare at the end of it last year, whether we'd breed her or not, because we'd heard so many times that, it was tough to breed and come back and run, and Jill and Sarah and the whole group of us got together and decided that we'd go ahead and take that chance, and we pulled 3 embryos from her. We're going to have 3 babies in the next 2 months, and we were nervous coming back to the racetrack, but she comes back and sets a track record going 440 yards at Prairie Meadows, and does more than we could have ever expected. And we're just blessed to have this kind of a talented horse, but she's tremendous to be around. We thank David Brown so much for everything he's done for us, and just don't know what to say. It was an amazing year again, and we're going to retire Spit Curl Diva. We made that decision if she won tonight.
Okay, so brand new news right there. The slow, deliberate pace last year worked well, but that's going to be it. This was well thought out all the way, and this is it.
We've thought about it for the past month or so. We've talked a lot, and not many mares have the career that she's had, and we're so fortunate that we've got some babies on the way. We're gonna hopefully have some young divas coming in here soon, and you know, it's hard to find a mare that can run the way she runs, but then to have babies come back and run the way she runs again, and it's she's done all she can do for us, and we're just going to enjoy watch her in the field now and watch the babies running beside her and be blessed that we had this opportunity, and it's just great.
She was absolutely tremendous for many years, and she was an absolute rocket at many distances on the racetrack. So thanks for sharing her with all of us for those years.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks to the whole industry. I'll tell you, we've had the last couple of years, the support we've had, the calls we've had. This industry is amazing, and the people involved in the quarter horse industry are amazing, and it's wonderful to be a part of it. And anybody that has this opportunity it's hard to put into words. So thank you to everybody.
Spit Curl Diva, great career coming to an end, at least on the racetrack.
Great career, $830,000 in earnings over her career, 19 wins. I don't know if it's good or bad. We're retiring an awful lot of good horses tonight, but that so it goes. We got to live with them for quite a while, more than one could expect. All right, our next category. Let's move to the age geldings, always a competitive category filled with professional racehorses, and this year was no exception. We have Bullett's brother, the distance earnings leader, with $179,000. Chivalry SR, Spencer Childers Championship, twice Grade 1 placed. Jess You and I, the 2008 champion and winner of the Los Alamitos Invitational. Riley's Boy, the earnings leader, $322,000 in 2 graded stakes. Snitcher, the Grade 1 Vessels Maturity and the Grade 1 Go Man Go. And Yin Your Eyes, the 6-time distance winner and Red Cell Challenge champion. And the winner of the champion age gelding title is Riley's Boy. Now, he's been good for a long time, as a lifetime record of 17 for 36 shows. He started his championship season of 2011 in fine fashion with a victory at Sunland Park in the Bank of America Challenge.
Away and beginning fairly well. Muted voices near the inside. A good start for Riley's Boy. Has gone up to challenge for the lead. On Me Good is there with Shake and Blue in the center. It's Shake and Blue going through to share the lead with on the inside. Muted voices and Riley's Boy coming at them strongly on the outside. And Riley's Boy has gone to the front. And Riley's Boy will win again. Dominates Riley's Boy by a length to Cool Cade.
6-year-old by He's a Motor Scooter out of Pipistrel, bred in Arizona by Gary Nesbitt, owned and trained by Gerardo Ochoa, ridden in all but one of his races by Joe Ruiz. No representative tonight for the age gelding winner, so our congratulations to them. Moving on now, the 2011 AQHA Aged Stallions. Now here's another category, like many, where the outcome was not decided until the very last day of racing in 2011. Here are the 5 on the ballot. Down With You, winner of the New Mexico Classic Championship. Favorite Cartel, the Grade 1 Bank of America Challenge Championship. Good Reason SA, earnings leader of this division, $501,000. Louisiana Senator, won or placed in 3 Grade 1s, including the refrigerator handicap. And Sir Seth, winner of the Grade 1 Zia Park Championship. And the winner, champion age stallion, is Good Reason. And there is a very good reason why he won the title. He ran his best race when it counted the most. Here's Good Reason against an all-star field in the $750,000 Champion of Champions at Los Alamitos in December.
And away they go in the Champion of Champions. And the one who came away the best from the middle part of the track is Ms. Racy Jess. Here's Good Reason threatening to run a big one as well. Sparky E-Boy to the extreme outside. Jess You and I is going to have to now pick it up, and trying to rally on now is Chivalry as well. Here's Sparky E-Boy to the extreme outside, but Good Reason has his mind on winning as well. They're nose in, Sparky E-Boy, Good Reason. Nose Bob, I think Good Reason got it. Chivalry back in third, but a tight finish here. Good Reason, Eduardo Nicasio, Alex Batista, Sparky E-Boy. Which one won the Champion of Champions?
Well, it was Good Reason that won the Champion of Champions, and by virtue of that win, he also takes the title of Champion Aged Horse. He's a 5-year-old by Favorite Trick out of Queen of Appeals, bred and owned by Johnny Samaja, trained by Paul Jones, ridden by Ramon Sanchez and Eduardo Nicasio. 2 wins in 7 starts, $501,000 in earnings last year. And here representing the champion age stallion, Vince Jenko, who represents owner Johnny Samaja and trainer Paul Jones.
Vince, we'll start with you. Congratulations on a year that was top of mind early, top of mind late, and I guess being top of mind at the voting ballot is when it counts. Congrats.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored to accept this award for Johnny Samaya, who couldn't be here tonight because of his health. He's never actually even seen this horse in person. We raised this colt at the ranch, have the dam, and he bred the colt. And, it's just really special when one that you watch grow up out in the front pasture, comes and does such a great job. I can't thank Paul enough for how he trained this horse and helped us manage his career. It was very special. The morning of the Champion of Champions, I was at the barn, and of course Paul had Favorite Cartel, and Jess, you and I both in the race, and they were out there getting their baths, and I'm waiting for good reason to come out, and waiting, and nothing's happening. So I said, Paul, he says, when are you going to bathe our horse? And he says, he might already be bathed in the back. So we went back there, and sure enough, the little groom, the horse was so on the muscle that he didn't want to bring him up where all of the action was, and he just bathed him in the back and had him try to keep him as calm as he could before the race. So we knew he was going to do something. We didn't know what, but we knew he was going to do something big that day. But anyway, I want to thank Paul and all his crew, and thank you.
Well, it was an all-out battle every step of the way of the Champion of Champions. Your thought on the race, and as you watched it, you had plenty of interest throughout, but watching this one come through.
Well, it was really nice for Johnny Samaja to win this race, and for good reason. I mean, the horse just really had to really step up and run his best race that night, and he stepped to the plate and really performed like he could. We were real proud of him.
All right, so a huge win to wrap up the year. More on the way. We need to find out what's happening in 2012.
Well, he's Vaughn Cook. He is at Royal Vista in Wayne, Oklahoma, and the crew there tells me he's going to be maybe even a better breeder than he was a runner. So we're looking forward to it. And Tom Lepic, that deal still stands. I still got a breeding for you for Spit Curl Diva.
All right, deals being made
Very
right here
good.
on the stage. You have
That's
to love
good.
that. Congratulations, guys.
Dale, just make sure we get our commission on that deal before it comes down here. He also did something that is really fairly uncommon. In the last 20 years, since Special Leader was a world champion back in 1991, Good Reason is only the second horse after Kettle One, second age stallion to be named champion age horse. It's become a real rarity in the business, and with $500,000 in earnings, he led all aged horses in earnings. So a very, very deserving title for Good Reason this year. All right, now let's see. I'd like to remind all the winners that they should make themselves available for interviews at the conclusion of the awards here. There'll be several other people that want to get a word from you. And now to continue on for the rest of the way, we'd like to bring up Gene Graves, the first vice president of the American Quarter Horse Association. Gene, you'll take us the rest of the way here. And we'll start with the third and final of our special awards. This is the Racing Council Lifetime Achievement Award. Voted by the Racing Council and honors a lifetime of outstanding service and dedication to the development, promotion, and enhancement of American quarter horse racing. And that award tonight goes to Dr. Glenn Blodgett. Now, Dr. Blodgett is a graduate of Oklahoma State University. Still feels like they've been had and should have played for the BCS title. His veterinary degree is from Texas A&M. He's been an AQHA director from Texas for 20 years, and this year was elevated to director at large status. He's been an influential member and chairman of several AQHA committees. Dr. Blodgett began at the Burnett Ranches in 1982 and is now the resident veterinarian and manager of the horse division. And under his leadership, Burnett Ranches has become an all-time leader in breeding both racing and performance American quarter horses. In recent years, as we've seen tonight, the ranch has partnered with Johnny Trotter to further the racing goals. been rewarded with the 2008 champion One Famous Eagle, and tonight with Miss Racy Jess. So this evening, we honor the lifetime achievements of a man with many abilities, Dr. Glenn Blodgett.
Dr. Blodgett, come back over here. You've already been up here once for a racing award tonight. Congratulations on this honor. Tom mentioned your outstanding and honored alumni status at 2 universities, Oklahoma State and Texas A&M, and some venerable work you've done throughout your entire career. Where does this honor fall into all of that?
Oh, it's way up at the top. I mean, it's been quite a ride. Like I told Rich Chamberlain that recently, it's been quite an experience to be involved with the quarter horse and all the people, the mare owners, just everybody involved. I've got had a very supportive family. My wife's involved with me on a day-to-day basis. And a great staff of people, mare owners, jockeys, trainers, horses, all sexes of horses, and a very, very supportive owner, Ms. Marion, who's here tonight, which I'm very appreciative of. It's a great honor.
Well, congratulations. You're well deserving of it, and you're not going to retire like all these horses, right?
Hope not.
All right, Tom.
I have a very important question for Dr. Blodgett that really wasn't on the agenda. Were you in favor of Texas A&M's move to the Southeast Conference?
Yes, sir, I was.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. No controversy there. Okay.
Yeah, I sure was.
Congratulations, Dr. Blodgett.
Thank you.
Now we move to our human awards, and we start with the 2011 AQHA champion breeder. Now, most of these on the ballot are seen annually right here, but we have one very deserving addition this year. Angora Corporation, 57 total wins in the U.S. and Mexico. Mike Abraham, breeder of 59 winners, 5 stakes, and $1.4 million. Ed Allred, 211 wins, 16 stakes, and $3 million, tops in all categories. Steve Burns, 55 wins, $1.5 million, and the champion Separate Fire. Bobby Cox, 65 wins, $1.38 million. Double Bar S Ranch, the $1 million race winners I Got Your Tack and High Rate of Return. And the Vessel Stallion Farm, the 2-time champ, had 78 wins last year and 7 stakes. And the champion breeder for 2011 makes it an even dozen for Ed Allred. Now, as noted, he once again led in all breeder categories. And here's one of his top stakes performers, 2-time Grade 1 winner Snitcher, in action winning the Vessel's Maturity at Los Alamitos.
And away they go on the Vessel's Maturity, and Market Famous got off to a good start, and so did this big long shot peppy old trainer who actually has the lead right now, beginning to close in. His Chivalry to the extreme outside. Divide the Cash is rolling as well, and so has Simon's Wonder Choices. Divide the Cash is coming on fast. Snitcher has the lead though, and it's going to be Snitcher to win the Vessel's Maturity over Divide the Cash. Is going to be in a nose bob with Chivalry. Back and forth Simon's Wonder Choice, but the Vessel's Maturity going to Alex Batista and Snitcher.
16 stakes wins Doc bred last year. He's kind of the Woody Allen of quarter horse racing. He keeps turning out the product, but he never shows up for the awards. So he is not here this evening. But as we all know, Ed Allred is the engine that keeps quarter horse racing, particularly in California, running year after year. Certainly one of the driving forces. So our congratulations to Ed. He's in California doing what he does best, betting on races. So congratulations, Ed. Your award will come to you. Now for the champion owner. Now some of these nominees put up very large numbers and others raced big horses, but they're all very deserving of their nomination. And Ed Allred, of course, on this list too. He's a 6-time owner champ, had 70 winners last year. Angora Corporation, annual nominee, added 55 wins. Bradbury, Kissinger, and Nichols raced the Los Al 2 million winner, I Like the Odds. Bobby Cox, two-time owner champion with 27 winners. Double Bar S Ranch raced Grade 1 winners I Got Your Tack and Just You and I. Ivy Lane Racing, 33 winners, $800,000 in Canada. J Bar 7 Cluck and Benson, the partnership of Ochoa. Carl Piva House, 31 winners, including Send Me a Candy Tree. T-Bill Stables, owner of dual champion Colt Cash 123. Christine Tavares, 39 wins in Canada. And Wooten Racing and Reed Land and Cattle, owner of the highest earning non-2-year-old last year, Lano Teller. And the vote went to Double Bar S Ranch. California operation had two major winners in 2010, Just You and I, and this one, I Got Your Tack in the Golden State Million.
And away they go in the Golden State Million Futurity, and the one who came away the best was I Got Your Tack. First outburst also came out running strongly. Here's Separate Fire to the extreme outside and Long Gone. Terrific Synergies trying to close in as well, and so is Last of Fire, who's coming on fast. Down along the inside is Long Gone. Long Gone is just in front. It's going to be a blanket finish won by I Got Your Tack, 40-1. Big upset here in the Golden State Million as I Got Your Tack takes it. A photo for second, third, fourth, and fifth, but as I Got Your Tack, the winner.
And once again, we welcome to the stage Dawn and Rhonda List. They had 17 winners, earnings of $983,000, and those two big $1 million winners, or $1 million race winners, they also won this title in 2006. Dale?
Congratulations for being up here once again. I know you get to talk. We're working this out one way or the other. Part of the operation is, besides owning the horses, you sell many, but you make a decision somewhere along the line which ones you're going to keep. How difficult or how tough is it to decide who to keep, or is it kind of done for you?
It's very difficult. In fact, my son says, why'd you sell High Rate of Return? But you have to sell a good one to get him to come back and buy horses from you. But we have to thank this guy right here. He really, I'm going to start to cry. He did a good job for us. And we have a great crew at the ranch. WG does a great job for us, and we really kind of skip over our mother a lot. Everybody says to us when we win a good race or have an award like this, they always say, gee, your dad should be really proud of you. And he would, but our mom's at home holding down the fort for us, and we don't tell her often enough. So we need to thank her too. She lets us do what we love.
She did give us the reins.
See, she's talking again. Hang on.
No,
Okay, say that again.
No, our mother, she gave us the reins after our father passed away. She said, do you want to continue on? And we said yes. So she gave us that opportunity, and that's, it's our life now, and we love it.
It's been a great decision, the right decision all the way around. Congratulations.
Now, there was a story, I saw this story that when Just You and I won the Champion of Champions, that one of you bet $1,000 on his nose. Is that a true story? Well, my question is, did you do it again with I Got Your Tack at 40-1?
I bet on Jaime's horse, and I didn't do an exacta. I messed up. Even Ed Burkhart was surprised when the horse won. He almost lost his voice. Did you hear that? I got your tack!
And you got the win. Congratulations. Congratulations to Dawn and Rhonda List on winning the 2011 Champion Owner Award. All right, now to the 2011 Blaine Schwanevelt Champion Trainer. In the history of this award, which dates back to 1985, only 6 people have ever won it. Here's those on the list this year. Adon Farias, 100 wins and $2 million earned. Sleepy Gilbert, $2.4 million earned, and 2 champions. Paul Jones, who led in all categories, winners, stakes, and money earned. Kenny Roberts, Louisiana-based trainer with 78 wins and $1.2 million. Roberto Sanchez, trainer of champion feature Mr. Bojangles with 60 wins. Heath Taylor, 92 wins, 8 stakes, $1.5 million. Brett Vickery, the Northwest leader, 73 wins and 8 stakes. And the Eddie Willis, King of Oklahoma, 96 wins and $2 million earned. And the champion trainer for 2011 is Paul Jones. Now this is the 10th consecutive title for Paul Jones. Last year his primary focus was New Mexico and California, and here's a win that I know was particularly sweet. A grade 1 for Favorite Cartel in the Bank of America
And
Challenge.
away they go in the Bank of America Challenge Championship, and the one who had a lot of trouble out of the gate was Stoley's winner. As Favorite Cartel came out running with the leaders. Here's Riley's Boy to the extreme outside, and now trying to rally on as well as Spit Curl Diva. Down along the inside is Shining First Dash as Favorite Cartel and Spit Curl Diva. Here's Riley's Boy to the extreme outside. Favorite Cartel, Ramon Sanchez. They beat Riley's Boy to take the Bank of America Challenge Championship.
That was one of Paul's 15 stakes wins, 26 stakes placings, 170 victories, almost $4.7 million. He has a lot of horses because he attracts a lot of owners. And you do that when you win races. And he also has the organization to support it. So congratulations once again this year, Paul, on your championship title.
Thank you. And Tom alluded to the organization, a large yet very successful organization that I'm sure takes a lot to maintain on a day-to-day basis, especially when you're in multiple states at the same time.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, building a large organization and making it successful, it's like putting together a football team. You've got to have all the players in place, and you got to have good owners and good people that you can trust, and good people that trust you with their horses, and that's what makes a good team. And it's not just me; it's a team effort. Jockeys, vets, grooms, assistant trainers. I mean, it takes a lot to make a champion trainer, and a wife that supports you, because I can't be too easy to live with when I come home after getting my butt kicked one night. So, you know, it's not all fun. So it's a lot of work.
Well, and the work includes a lot of travel on the part of many, including yourself and your family.
Yeah, it does. I mean, when you got horses in different places, you really got to be on the road and in the airport a lot. So that part's not too fun.
Now, winning 10 of anything is almost unreal. Winning 10 in a row. Now, we talked about this last year at 9, but 10 in a row. Talk about that.
You know, I'm just amazed by it. You know, when I won my first one, it was so hard to win that first one. I never thought I'd win one. And to continue year after year, it just gets harder and harder every year. There's a lot of good trainers out there and a lot of good horses. And, you know, I just try my hardest to keep up the pace.
Well, congratulations. You've done it well for 10 straight years, and 2012 for an 11th. And
we have another award that Marin has, which is the Team Wrangler Award for the leading point earner among trainers in the Team Wrangler competition. It's a belt buckle from Montana Silversmiths, and at least as important, actually there's 2 checks this year, Marin. So if you want to keep the big one and just endorse the smaller one and give it to Dale, we'll put it in the announcer's fund, okay? We'd appreciate that very much. So congratulations on that. By the way, you did mention Lisa, did you not?
Yeah, definitely. Lisa's a big part of my team, and also Rocky Gonzalez and Jeff Pitcher at the ranch. You know, I've really got some great people. I think my assistants are as good as any trainer out there, and I'm really proud to have them.
Well, I just didn't want him to be in trouble when he got home. So congratulations, Paul, on another great award.
Congrats, Paul. Thank you.
Now, we couldn't do the champion jockey title without at least a mention of the guy who won it last year, Jackie Martin. As most of you know, he's in El Paso now. I talked to his wife, Tracy, today for quite a bit. He's making some progress. He's feeling better, but there's still an awful lot to be done. So we just want to let Jackie and Tracy know, if they're watching, that everybody here at Heritage Place is thinking of you, rooting for you, and plan to do all we can do to help you with your situation and to make things better. So that's for Jackie. And as you've heard tonight, he had a lot to do with a lot of the horses that have been up here getting championships. But let's look now at the list of guys who were the go-to guys for big races and overnights as well. Starting with David Alvarez, 132 wins and $1.3 million. Roy Baldiez, $2.3 million earned, and he rode 2 champions. G.R. Carter led all categories, winners, stakes, and earnings. Alfonso Lujan, 125 wins, 11 stakes, $1.8 million. Escar Ramirez, 134 wins, who was the second most in victories. J.R. Ramirez, 5th place with 123 winners. And Ricky Ramirez, 3rd in earnings, $2.8 million, and the regular rider for champion Miss Racy Jess. And finally, Ramon Sanchez, a great year with 17 stakes, 6 open grade 1s, and $4.2 million. And the winner in a photo, G.R. Carter. Now this is GR's 9th title, and it was a tough battle with Ramon Sanchez for the money lead right down to the wire. Here he is in one of his grade 1 wins aboard one of his favorite horses, the millionaire Lano Teller in Ruidoso.
Third running, beautiful break by all. Lano Teller from the inside fast with J.D. Baccarat. Outside of that is Big Time Buster, then Prospect to the top, down at the rail, Dominion as well. Here comes Dominion out after Lano Teller, then Prospect to the top and J.D. Baccarat and Party and Power. Here's Dominion! Dominion charging at Lano Teller. Lano Teller holds him off. Lano Teller from Dominion, then maybe J.D. Baccarat on the far side, Gino. Lano Teller wins the Ruidoso Derby.
GR with 171 winners last year, $4.3 million, 20 stakes at 9 different racetracks. A man on the go and a man in the winner's circle.
And GR, congratulations, 9th title, leading jockey, long known as a relentless worker. Your work ethic is well known in gaining as many mounts as you possibly can. Are you starting to slow down at all, or is this 9th title start to make you want to pick things up even more?
I've always told everyone, as long as I remain healthy and as long as I enjoy it, it's been so good to me. I plan on doing it as long as I can. There's a lot that goes into this. But of course, I got a lot of support from my family. Of course, my agent Donnie Stewart's been with me through, I think, 7 of these titles, and there's a lot more to it than just getting on the back of horses. You got to travel a lot. You got to deal, with the trainers, the owners, and of course the horses, and they're what make you is the trainers, owners, and the horses. And like they brought up a good point a while ago. If Jackie don't get hurt, it's probably a nail biter whether he might be standing up here instead of me. And everybody that we end up giving our health and sometimes even our life, for this game. But one thing about it, we all know the chances you're taking, and I'm gonna miss having Jackie in there with us.
And his thought, many of us, all of us, thinking about Jackie, every time we mention anything to do with horse racing. Top horses, if you can try to pinpoint a couple from this year. We mentioned how many horses you get on, but you get on some great ones in that long run of many, many days every year.
Yeah, I rode a couple champions between DePassimoki and Feature Mr. Bojangles, but you look at Louisiana Senator and of course Lano Teller. They were champions in any other year, and they were just real unfortunate the way things turned out there at the end of the year, that other horses that were in those same categories ran big rig races and at the right time, and it turns into a game. What have you done lately? And they got beat by deserving horses, but nonetheless they were probably champions in any other years.
Any surprise horses you want to mention from this year that you liked maybe a little bit, but they really jumped up and you made you go, wow?
Of course, Mighty B. Valiant, he looked like a monster, early in the year, and it's very unfortunate. He had a few problems and didn't really quite run the kind of race that we wanted him to at the right time. And I went and saw him here just the other day, and he looks like he's doing good, and maybe he can show what he's got this year.
All right, a strong mount already being lined up as a 3-year-old from Mighty B. Valiant. GR, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yes, congratulations to GR Carter for his 9th champion jockey title. Now, before we conclude the evening with the naming of the world champion, we'd like to acknowledge 3 horses that achieved AQHA Supreme Racehorse status last year. Now, this is one of the rarest awards in the business. It recognizes American quarter horses that earn at least $500,000 or more during their career, win at least 2 Grade 1 stakes, and 10 races total. I think I read that there's only about 100 in the entire history of American quarter horse racing, so it is a rarity. And this year there are 3 new Supreme Race horses, and they are in alphabetical order. Lano Teller. He's earned $1,584,000 from 10 wins and 3 Grade 1s, including the All-American Derby, owned by Reed Land and Cattle and Wooten Racing, trained by Heath Reed. Riley's Boy, champion age gelding, is named tonight. Career earnings of over $711,000, 17 wins and 6 stakes, owned and trained by Gerardo Pena. And Streaking Down, with 10 wins and 2 Grade 1 stakes, including the 2010 Heritage Place Derby, lifetime earnings of $741,000. Congratulations to owner Ed Melzer and trainer Eddie Willis. And those are your Supreme Racing Champion additions for 2011. Well, let's see. What did I say? I said I'd be done by 7:29. I got a couple of minutes. All right, I'm doing all right. That's good. I don't want the hook, to come out here. Time now for the world champion for 2011. And as you know, the contenders and those that are voted on by the group are the winners of each of the division championships. So we have the champion 2-year-old AQHA, owned by Jones, Cluck, and Benson, trying to duplicate the exploits of Stoley's winner in 2008 to be a 2-year-old champion. The 3-year-old, Colt Cash, 1-2-3, owned by Walt and Carolyn Bay. 6 of the last 8 world champions have been 3-year-olds. And the age champion, Good Reason S.A., owned by Johnny Samaya, trained by Paul Jones, the last aged stallion. We had to go back to 1991 to special leader, like we were talking, to find an age stallion that has been the world champion. But that could change. However, it didn't. The world champion is Colt Cash, 1-2-3. Now, the World Championship falls right into line with several others this year, and it was in doubt until the last possible moment. And then came Colt Cash in the championship at Sunland Park.
Winning race and a good start for Bodacious Dash. A good start for Colt Cash, 1-2-3, who's up in front on the outside. Beginning well, Louisiana Senator, Bodacious Dash. In behind them is Riley's Boy, but Colt Cash, 1-2-3, and Bodacious Dash go at it. Then Riley's Boy, Colt Cash, 1-2-3, has dominated the race. A huge win. Colt Cash, 1-2-3 is first. Bodacious Dash second. Then Riley's Boy, Louisiana Senator, was fourth.
Well, that win was critical because defeating quality older horses with authority was the icing on the championship cake. 6 wins and 8 starts, $802,000 last year for Colt Cash, 1-2-3. I thought it was great that it came right down to the very end of the year, and more or less didn't get to run against everybody, didn't get to run against everybody else, but to the, I think, the biggest extent possible, that was decided on the racetrack. Dale?
All right, we'll talk for a second here with Roy Bowdy. Step up here. He had the mount on Colt Cash 1-2-3. Many of these races throughout the course of the year. We alluded to his slower issues out of the gate, and then he picks it up the last 20 yards or so, and usually does very well. But that last race on New Year's Eve was pretty spectacular. You had that in control.
Yeah, he put it all together there at the end of the year, and we wished he'd have done it earlier through the year. It wouldn't have been so nerve-wracking, but he did put a big race together and really run a super race.
All right. Congratulations, world champion. You change his name now? What? World champion 1-2-3?
Oh, he's a Colt Cash.
Talk about that. The mare, Hot Cash 1-2-3, and what she's done for your operation.
Hot Cash has been quite a woman, let's put it that way. I know she had Colt Cash, and that was, it's just absolutely breathtaking and all those things you can say. But last year she had the world champion paint racehorse. I do 1-2-3. So Colt Cash, Hot Cash has kind of earned her keep. And it's been because we raised her, we had her mother, her grandmother, and all those relatives. So it's been just absolutely a thrill to think up someone from Michigan could possibly do something like this. And if it wasn't for Walt and Sleepy and he, it couldn't be done. So.
Well, you're obviously the best thing that's come out of Michigan in some time, probably. Although the Wolverines did win a bowl game this year, so congratulations to that. So, Walt, congratulations. Your thoughts on this big award?
Well, I think, really, we got to look at the two guys on my right that really have got a lot to do with that. So I think those are really where you put it, because between the trainer and the jockey, and I think this last race, as was mentioned, I think that was the thing that really did it. And Roy did a great job. He just sat on him and said, let's do what you got to do, and I just got to worry about not falling off. So it was great.
It worked out perfectly in that last race. Sleepy, talk about this world champion. At any moment during the run of success of these big races, you had a divisional championship, let alone the world championship, cross your mind.
I've never had a world's champion that I trained the whole year myself. I've had some champions, but not a world's champion, and I trained myself. I shared some horses way back there with Blaine Swanabelt, but it's a great feeling, really a great feeling.
And we talked in the earlier moment. Now he's a gelding, and we haven't heard the words retire. We talked to you all a little bit earlier, so he moves on. When do we hopefully get to see him in his first start as a 4-year-old?
Probably the challenge at Remington Park, and then hopefully in the championship, Remington Park.
Okay, so May's the target month then?
Yes.
A couple in between. A couple in between, hopefully.
Sure, absolutely.
I know Sleepy has done all of it here, but we do have a trainer in Michigan named Jay and Lou Hall, because I think it's Joni and Sleepy Gilbreth, not just Sleepy. So I'm joking. But I can't thank the Michigan part of this operation, and that includes Jay and Lou Hall, because we start the horses, don't we? We do this, not riding, well, sometimes riding them, but usually not. So Sleepy has to we want him to be so nice when Sleepy gets him. Let me put it that way, okay? And Jay does that.
And they've done
We don't want to throw Roy off.
Well, they've done a great job for you from starting out in Michigan to wherever they travel around the United States, and world champion Colt Cash 1, 2, 3.
There he is, the world champion for 2011, Colt Cash 1, 2, 3. Walt and Carolyn Bay, Sleepy Gilbreth, Roy Baldiaz. A reminder that those of you who won might be approached about some interviews here in a few minutes. Another reminder that the Stallion Service Auction to benefit the Jackie Martin Fund, administered by the Racetrack Chaplaincy, will be held before the Saturday session here at the Heritage Place sale. And a reminder that you need no reminder that the party starts in the back. Thank you all very much. Thank you out there for watching. Congratulations to all the 2011 championship winners.